Hello everyone, I'm Thomas. This is watch_dogs. I like video games, but not this one. This game has problems. Oh, it's fun to play, don't get me wrong. The stuff about graphics downgrades or whatever is nonsense. It looks cool, it's like it's got decent controls, you can drive cars, shoot guns, and hack things, okay? Some of the things they said about this game are true. But the fucking story. Normally, when a game has a bad story, you just go, oh, well, that sucked. I feel the need to demonstrate, in this case, to show off. Okay, that guy.
Okay, I'm in the lobby of the Merlot. Alright.
This is Aiden Pierce. He is such a shithead. The game makes you play as this guy all the way through. There's no respite. Yeah, so he can hack things. Here he's hacking. That's cool, I guess. Very unrealistic, of course. Premise of the game. The city has been a large company. I'll get to that guy later. A large company has wired everything in the city because of corrupt dealings and money and so on. Now there are computers everywhere, so by using an iPhone you can take over the world. So it's not realistic, but it's fun. The premise is stupid, however, and the places they take it. Indeed. Now, what these guys are doing is dumb within the conceits of the game world, as you can get much more money much more easily than this. But anyway. Also, the Merlot, the place they're hacking into, that's run by the city's premier mob boss, and they know it. I don't know why they're doing this shit.
Hello. I think someone else is hacking in. Let's take a peek.
Yes, someone else is hacking in.
Stick to the plan, Damien. Second the accounts and get out. Adventure, my boy. Have faith in your mentor.
So, Aiden has a, quote, mentor, unquote. Damien, I've honestly forgotten his surname.
I'm almost there.
Now,
Shutting down now.
you might notice the scene is making Damien out to be a reckless shithead.
What the hell is that? We need to abort.
Like Aiden's like, we need to abort and so on. But Damien will not get out.
It's over. I'm disconnected.
So this is the game's first attempt to make you hate Damien. It's could be worse, you know, things haven't gotten bad yet. It clearly establishes that of these two characters, one of them is more responsible than the other, I guess. Download _link. This game loves its underscores.
Maurice.
Yeah?
You're on. One of our contractors ran a search for the hackers in the Merlot job. You're assigned
Brinks.
Aiden
Damien Brinks.
Pierce. Take him out. Hit the family if you need to. This guy's hacking days are done.
Hit the family?
Got a problem?
Nope. I'm scared I'm good. You'll never hear from him again.
Now this is totally wrong, because you find out that Maurice is actually this guy who's like terrified of being a hitman and hates it, and is intensely sad to get this job, right? But none of that comes through. It's just this after-the-fact humanization thing. I could be charitable and say that there are revealing parts of the story at different times in order to heighten emotional impact, but honestly, this scene, we're going to see this repeated far too many times. So this car crash thing, obviously, bad stuff has just happened to the guy's family. This is the beginning of everyone around Aiden getting hurt and it being his fault, and he refuses to stop. I mean, right now you might be thinking, oh no, it's Damien's fault, but no, trust me, it's gonna get worse. So we're at a baseball game. That's cool. I like the concept of baseball a lot. I know nothing about it. I don't know how to play baseball or the rules or anything, but bats, gloves, whatever. Yeah, there's Maurice again. And here's Aiden.
Who gave the order?
Don't.
Now, this is a technique they use throughout the story.
Not a problem. Nope.
Nobody that... also, he doesn't actually have that log. He gets it again later and is like, whoa. So, you know, continuity, whatever. Throughout the story, Aiden tracks down people trying to find out who ordered this hit which killed his niece. And every single one of them does not know who ordered it, right? But it's obvious the whole way throughout. Like, it's literally, it's the mob boss guy who they were stealing from, right? He ordered the hit. and all these people work for him, but they somehow don't know he ordered it. And like it's just this thing that everyone genuinely doesn't know, so there's only so much he can do. But okay, here we get into it. The stakes are high because a woman has been hurt, a little girl, in fact. This is a crude storytelling technique. This is wannabe Hollywood woman fridging bullshit, and it's going to continue throughout the whole game. So the premise of the game is that actually you can walk away from these things, but only if you first self-actualize by killing everyone. That's the ending. Like, it's what it comes to later. But okay, so objective, shoot Maurice. So, you know, at this point in the game you don't get a choice. Like, you can't just walk away or whatever. There's no other control input is actually accepted. You can take out your gun and you can fire. I mean, I'll fire somewhere else. Oh look, I'm pressing the trigger. You hear me pressing that fucking trigger? Nothing's happening because you have to no. As it turns out, he doesn't actually shoot him yet, but he tried to. The gun's empty because of, well, we'll see. Oh look, a reason to feel like he's the bad guy. Yeah, great, let's start by beating people unconscious. Always fun. So at this point, Aiden's looking kind of like a psychopath, right? Now this is intentional on the part of the game. They want you to start out thinking, whoa, he might be going too far. That's not... Yeah. Okay, as far as that goes, I can kind of accept that as a start. We'll see where they go with it.
I can't keep running. I can't do it. The fucking alien Pierce.
Yeah, that's me. So I'm afraid. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's another thing worth getting into. Who is this guy? See, there's quite a few hackers in the city, and it's established throughout the game, a few of them better than Aiden at hacking. His unique skills are literally violence. Like, he's actually Nico Bellic, but without being sympathetic, and also without any sort of reason. He just happens to be very good at violence. We'll see that later on. It's weird. Oh, the way the guy holds his gun.
What? He's talking to me.
Jordy.
I leave you for 2 minutes.
Give me my bullets.
I tossed them. What? You said you'd kill him otherwise.
I told you to
So
hold
there's the
on,
reason for the
Jordy.
click earlier on. So Jordy is here to establish that actually there are people crazier than Aiden. Look, Aiden's fairly reasonable. This is a real
Get what you
psychopath.
need from Maurice?
But he's funny. He's okay. I mean, like, as a character in the game,
Mess up.
he's just this
Stop admiring your work.
Hey,
one-note,
that's cute and all, but I'm disappointed.
effective psychopath.
I mean,
But
you
I
failed
can deal
to
with that.
spot the nasty inter-gang drama I created here.
I don't like loose ends. Let's get him out of here.
No, too late. Bottom of the 8th. Chicago's ahead. Game's almost over. We are out of time.
He's a bit of a stereotype, I gotta say, but sort of morally equivalent to that crazy guy in the Taipei mission in Alpha Protocol.
Alright, fine. Tell me about your phone call.
Glad you asked. Okay, we got a bunch of dead bodies, right?
Alright, yeah, so here's the setup for why we have a tutorial. Okay, whatever.
I called the cops.
It's a bit heavy-handed, but you get that. It's a video game.
True story.
I'm not going to
So,
object
cops
too much
arrived,
to this.
and Maurice's little band of brothers arrived.
Yep.
Pow, 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 pow.
The guy just explains carefully why he's taken my bullets away and why we have to
Look, we
sneak
get a
out of the
messy
place, yada
altercation
yada.
at the end of the game. You and I slip away undetected. They'll appreciate the plan tomorrow.
Great. Punctual cops. I handle these guys. You grab Maurice, get him out of here.
Maurice, what do I look like, a chauffeur?
He's the shooter. I'm not through with him yet.
Thus begins the game's themes. We will return to this.
Chicago police!
Note that Jordy is right, by the way. I mean, Jordy's a psychopath, but Aiden actually is a dick. Okay, well, that'll become a theme. Okay, so, fortunately the stealth mechanics in this game, they're good. It works well, it's fun. You can do stealth. You basically just move from cover to cover. You can manually move on your own. You don't have to use this press A scheme, but it's convenient a lot of the time. You can kind of see people through walls most of the time because of your hacking powers. So that makes it quite easy to do a lot of things. Pull off some stuff, as it were. Now, the other body, by the way, that's back where I came from. He can't possibly know about that one. Whatever. That's a minor sin of video game writing.
Why are they killing each other?
I don't care about stuff
Here,
like
of all places.
the dialogue is continuity errors. I care about the main plot, how shitty it is, and
Does feel like
who
this
they
brings
try to make you
justice, don't it?
identify with.
What I wouldn't give to get my hands on that piece of
So
shit.
this guy's talking about the vigilante. That's Aiden. It's going to become clear that in the year since the intro video, Aiden has become a vigilante, gone around the city, basically preventing crimes. Whoops, I'll have to try that again. I was a bit too hasty. So he defines preventing crimes as you'll see later, beating people up, essentially. So he's Batman, like not even prefix Batman. He's not the hacker Batman or anything. He's actually Batman. His family is dead, and he beats up criminals using an array of gadgets. So, haha.
Wish they'd just play in their own backyard.
Why am I even carrying this gun? Okay.
I got another corpse. Another viceroy.
Let's try and be less dumb this time. See, something I had forgotten about the tutorial mission, as it was a while since I originally did it, is that there's special mechanics, tutorial only, where being spotted absolutely instantly alarms you, and that's it. So you can't afford to... So, I just hacked that. So that's cool, right? Like I've used a power and gained an advantage. What's not cool about this is, it doesn't actually make sense that I'd be able to do this yet. We'll return to that a little further into the story, but basically I'm using my phone here, I'm hacking this device, something is happening, I'm using this profiler app. But several missions later I'm going to get the ability to do that. Yeah, the story has definitely been through a few iterations and some stuff does not really make sense. Baseball. One thing I'm sad about, you don't get to actually see a baseball game. Oh yeah, you can do parkour because this is an Ubisoft game. The controls are good, I appreciate the controls. Okay, so you do start with this profiler, that makes sense. You can see the wires, use the cameras. So this is a follow the wires minigame. It comes up quite a lot. Particularly it's used in open worldy puzzles where you have to sort of climb around the city finding ways to do things. Door unlocked. Hooray! So that's cool, it's a cool basic mechanic. It's a little overused because it's the big gimmick of the game. But it supports a lot of stuff and they have some interesting variations on it. Alright, so I've got to make a lure here. Yep. Crafting, it's a limited integral part of the game. It's not bad. In this case, the electronic lure lets you make things which you can then hack to produce noises. Hacking, if you haven't got the idea yet, it just means it's just context sensitive. You know, it's like Conker's Bad Fur Day, except remote. It's a use button, basically. Aiden's superpower is he can use items, as in video game use, from a distance. Which is a really useful power. I will not begrudge him his smugness at that, because he's got a hell of a lot of smugness. Okay, so I've got to continue breaking out of this baseball stadium. Stealth tutorial. Ah, now that's interesting. DeMarco Joseph. I did not know this when I first played through the game, of course. This is something which I imagine you are meant to see if you replay the game. This is actually showing us some of the key parts of the game. The Black Viceroy's gang who show up again. And Joseph DeMarco, basically the city's head pedophile. Now, that's not really a great theme to have in a game. I can't find him. Whatever.
Fine. I don't need
Don't know where DeMarco went.
I'd ask you to smile, but it works better
Anyway, so like, yeah, this comes up several times in the game. A business manager for Quinn, right? Yeah, Quinn being the guy who killed Aiden's niece, although he somehow does not know this. So DeMarco and his whole subplot: human trafficking, sex slavery. It's bad stuff. I wish they had not put it in the game. They force you to go through this. Basically, this is not a game that treats women as human beings, and we're going to see that on a number of occasions. I had to see it. Now you have to see it.
Bad boy. Police are about to lock this whole place down.
Ooh, a mysterious
unless we create
bad
a
boy.
major distraction. I want to cut the power and slip past them.
Do it all stay here? I thought you wanted to keep the vigilante out of the news. Everything's connected to the CTOS with a serious firewall.
Right now, I need to get out of the stadium. Can you find me the nearest access point?
In the next room.
So,
But you'll need to find someone
Bad
with
Boy
security
17.
Security guard should have access.
This is an ally of Aiden's who's going to become a major part of the story of this character. I'm actually going to break my spoil everything rule and leave off spoiling the role of Bad Boy 17 for a short time. It has more impact if you experience how shitty it is for yourself. So I need to find and hack the guard. You can hack people as well as things. Camera, move the camera around, look for different guards. More cameras.
We're not gonna evacuate 40,000 people so we can play cowboys and Indians.
Cool. Here he is. I don't know how exactly you... I guess I'm remoting into his USB stick or something. Whatever, it's the future.
That's gonna cause a panic. We need to shut the game down and get people out of here safely. Shut it down, eh?
More cameras, I guess.
I can't make that call. Well, then call some...
Being a tutorial mission, everyone is standing in spots which they're not going to see you from, so it's handy. Now, in these rooms, you sometimes get a little bonus video clip thing, but not today, it seems. Oh, LB to open the weapon wheel. Right, okay. The blackout. Sadly, this is scripted. Normally, using CTOS blackout is not quite so impressive, but it is a cool part of the game. The premise is, you know, the whole city's wide. Therefore, you can create havoc by dewiring it. That's fine. Yeah. Now it is dark, so I guess they can't see me. That's good. Whoop. The game has gone from being totally unforgiving of stealth to extremely forgiving in this part of the tutorial, which is handy. As obviously I don't want to spend too much time on this level. It's not really setting up most of the game. It's setting up parts of the game thematically, but it doesn't have a lot of importance to the plot, apart from the fact that Maurice got captured by Aiden and his guy, Geordie. So, you know, they have the guy who actually pulled the trigger, killed his niece, except didn't actually shoot her, but that's basically all there is to this mission. You got the guy and now leaving. So far, so okay. There's some weird tech stuff going on in the game, but as you can see, it's basically running fine for me. When I first played this level, it did not run fine. I had heavy performance problems. I was able to fix them by using windowed full screen mode for some reason. Now it's okay. So,
Where are you,
whatever.
Jordy?
What? Gone. I'm allergic to cops, so is Maurice, but don't worry, I left you a present. Friend of a friend deals in pre-owned cars. Got a real beauty waiting for you in the garage across the street. Take it or leave it, I don't care. Gotta go.
So they give you the ability to summon up cars right out of the gate. That's good. You want that sort of thing in this sort of game. It's not really it includes stealing cars, but it's not about stealing cars, except as a sort of fun side activity. These guys are all disappointed about the baseball. Ah, look at this, look at this. So this profiler, right? It's telling you things about people, and the idea is that it's meant to be uncomfortable and or funny, and it's like, whoa, look at all this private information you're collecting. It's a theme of the game, indeed, but clown fetishist, ha ha ha. And you hack this guy and see a conversation. Oh no, I'm snooping on the stuff. So there's like, the core idea is, it certainly sustains a game as a mechanical element, but it often becomes this excuse for voyeurism, essentially, and the game reinforces that. I'm not sure how comfortable I am with this It's not as important as the problems I have with the characters, but it's still kind of tacky. Okay, so all you gotta do here is not go where the police are. Those red and blue flashing circles in the min-map in the bottom right hand part of the screen, that's where the police are. So, this is Chicago. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? A cool stadium thing. Unfortunately, you don't get to go back there. No more baseball in the game. I was disappointed. But the game does look good. How to drive. This game uses what I think of as the consensus controls for driving in video games in 2014. And they're good controls. Ah, shit. This guy. Leave the search area. Yeah, right bumper accelerate, left bumper brake, that sort of thing. One stick for the camera, one stick for steering. It's good, it works well. Just gotta evade this police blockade. Okay, here we go. Finally exiting. So, simulated Chicago, the year 20XX. I believe it's meant to be around 2030 or so, but they leave the date tastefully unspecified in case you're playing this game 10 years in the future, which I don't think people will be doing.
Finally got the goddamn trigger, man. Just need to break through. How? Push Maurice hard. Torture's not gonna work on this guy, so I need to get inside his head. Guilt is eating him up. I'll give him a couple of days, and then I'll start reaching out.
So, here we have, in theory, the main plot of the game. Maurice, the trigger man, killed Aiden's niece, sort of. He's very upset about that and would like revenge and so on. This plot is not actually going to be attended to for the entire game. Eventually he'll discover by accident in the course of something else who killed his niece. It was Quentin, that mob boss guy. Or rather, who ordered Maurice. And yeah, that's it. It will just happen. And then Maurice is kind of dealt with later, separately. I don't know what's up with that. Let's see what this red thing is on the map. Something I want to deal with? Not yet, no. So yeah. I don't know why they've structured the game like this. A lot of stuff about the story seems like it has been rearranged, like it originally was in a different order, and now makes little sense. But the quest for the Trigger Man, that will peter out extremely quickly. I think this may well be the last time we pay significant attention to Maurice, apart from just, you know, knowing he's there. Okay. Aiden Pierce's hideout. The hideout of the vigilante who is allegedly known as the Fox.
Hey, take it easy.
We'll get to that later.